All right, guys, welcome to Zombie Apocalypse Radio. No, I'm just joking. Obviously, we're in the middle of the coronavirus right now, and as you guys, I'm sure know, so things are probably going to change here for reselling, at least for the foreseeable future. And I just kind of wanted to give you guys my thoughts on kind of where I think it's going to head and also what I'm going to do. And I'll make some suggestions on what I think you should do. And so let's talk about that. So before we get going, one thing I want to say in advance is this is totally my opinion. This is 100% my opinion. It's not fact-based, essentially. It's just kind of intuition from reselling. So far, honestly, I've been pretty on top of things this year where I've kind of guessed correctly on what's going to happen. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys because I feel fairly confident about what I'm talking about in this arena. And like I said, you don't have to take this information at all. Stuff changes all the time, so don't feel obligated. So as of yesterday, sitting in bed, here's what I would have said. I would have said, make sure that you send everything you can into Amazon. All right? So, or I guess into Amazon. That's where the graphics go. So, into Amazon. But those of you who sell on Amazon know that we got an email this morning. And the email is essentially Amazon's no longer taking inbound shipments for anything that happens to be not health, beauty, essential stuff, medical, things of that nature. Pretty much all the stuff that they took off of Amazon, they're saying that that's the only stuff that you can send in. So anyways, that's crazy. But hopefully, if you're doing Amazon, you got some stuff in there. And if you did, I think you're going to be at a little bit of an advantage here over this time period. Everybody's starting to order online. I mean, people are going into stores trying to find essentials and stuff like that, toilet paper, hydrogen peroxide, masks, anything of that nature. They're going into the stores. But the rest of the stuff, I think people are going to start ordering online here. And I feel like we're going to go into kind of a lockdown situation. And I'm in California. So, unfortunately, California is kind of like, I don't want to say ground zero, but it is lots of people, lots of inbound flights, that sort of thing. I think San Francisco's being locked down for like 24 hours at this point. So I don't think long until we all get kind of locked down for a certain time period. Now, during that time period, I think services are going to discontinue, some of them. I think you're okay with FedEx. I think you're okay with UPS. I think the post office, I think USPS is going to have a break in their service. Government run, that sort of thing. I can kind of see some disruption in that area. This, again, just my thoughts. So it's not fact-based per se. But I feel like that's what's going to happen, is there's going to be a little bit of a disruption in the post office. Now, Amazon. Okay, so Amazon, although they're not taking inbound shipments for regular old stuff, they are taking inbound shipments for baby products, health and household, beauty and personal care, including personal care appliances. It's like hair dryers and stuff, right? Grocery, industrial and scientific, and pet supplies. So that's what they're taking inbound shipments for. Now, Amazon being Amazon, of course there's going to be some loopholes. They don't lock down everything. Like, they try, but there'll still be people sending stuff in and going, oh, dude, I just sent in a bunch of toys and it went right through, that sort of thing. That will be the case, I think. I think you'll be able to send some stuff in and make some shipments for some random stuff. And who's to say that if your shipment doesn't have some medical in it and has something else that it won't go in? I haven't tried it yet, but kind of par for the course with Amazon, that could be a possibility. So I'd be on the lookout for that and kind of exceptions. You may try it and it may not work, but then you may try it again and it may work. But the whole reason I wanted to say send stuff into Amazon is I think that Amazon is going to be one of the few services that's not disrupted a lot. Now, they've got some delays in Prime deliveries now because they're swamped. But they're bringing on like 100,000 workers. There was an article that just came out, and it says Amazon's hiring 100,000 people. Now, that's 100,000 people to screw up your orders, but they're hiring. And with Bezos's sheer greed, I think that train ain't gonna stop very long if it does, and so it's gonna keep trucking, and I think people are gonna order more and more off Amazon. Now eBay's obviously good as well. I do a lot of eBay too. Honestly, I like eBay. I like doing it and stuff like that. Shipping out my own orders is kind of a pain in the ass, but I do that on Amazon as well. But I do send stuff into Amazon. So, but where I think eBay is going to falter a little bit is I think that it is a lot of what you're shipping is based on the post office. Not everything, but you're shipping flat rates, all kinds of flat rates you're shipping, even the padded envelope flat rates. You're also shipping first class. And so the first class, I mean, really nothing can beat it, right? I mean, for the most part. I mean, anything on the low end of USPS, there's not a lot that can beat that. So I think if we go into a lockdown situation, are you going to be able to go to the post office? Is the post office going to be running? Is it going to be running on time? All that sort of stuff. Now, eBay has kind of said you need to work, or they would like you, they'd like you to work with the customers over this time period to allow a little leniency so that way they can, people can get their packages. But what I don't think you're going to be protected from is you're probably not going to be protected from cancellations, returns, all that sort of stuff. So there's going to be delays, I think, in the post office, and also there's going to be delays in you getting packages out. Well, what's to stop customers from canceling on you? Or sending those returns after all this zombie apocalypse subsides, right? So I don't think there's much to protect you on that end. And with PayPal still in place, if you're still using PayPal as a payment system, they're still going to take their little chunk, whether you refund or not. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. Now, I'm not stopping my eBay stuff, right? My eBay stuff has actually suffered a little bit because I was so busy trying to cram crap into Amazon this last week or so. I was kind of working day and night. So working since Sunday. I'm exhausted, but I took a nice long nap today, kind of half a me day. And I'm in the office now and I'm going to process my shipments. But yeah, so my eBay's suffered a little bit. Now, I can't really tell you that my sales have slowed or sped up, at all as a result, because honestly, I haven't been listing that much. I just haven't had time to take the pictures and get them to my my lister. So I can't tell you. So I would assume, obviously the stuff that's, medical or hard to, find, that sort of thing, I would assume that that's going crazy. But here's my prediction as far as if this lasts a while, right? If we're locked down for an extensive period, I would think that, man, am I blurring in and out? Is this like focusing in and out? What was I going to say? So here's my prediction if we're in this for a long period or an extensive period. People are going to start buying stuff that cure kind of boredom. Board games, video games, things of that nature. So I think you'll see some of that. Just stuff to pass the time, maybe music related stuff, software, stuff like that. I don't think stuff like going to the beach or necessarily vacation stuff is going to sell super well. But then again, as far as bags go, people may be like putting together like go bags or that sort of thing. So you might keep an eye out on that. But I think that people are going to start buying stuff that essentially kind of cures the boredom, essentially. They'll probably buy stuff they've been wanting to buy. So I think there's definitely going to be an uptick in sales here. And definitely people are going to be buying stuff online. They're not going to want to go into crazy ass Walmart and stand in line with everybody. Once all this kind of shortage subsides a little bit, there's only so much toilet paper somebody can buy, right? So there's not really like a toilet paper shortage per se. It's just the companies haven't been producing it because they don't know if this is going to last a long time or if it's, going to be short and they're going to be stuck having overproduced a ton of toilet paper. So there's that. So that stuff can all be made, and it is being made. It's just they haven't completely pulled the trigger on we're just going to flood the market with toilet papers. But then again, I think everybody's going to load up. Everybody will have enough of that sort of stuff to the level that they'll start to feel comfortable enough to start just settle down a little bit and just chill, and they'll be able to start ordering some stuff that they want to order. And like I said, when they do, I think it's going to be that sort of stuff. I also think that you might keep an eye on school stuff. The kids, right, their schools are being shut down and they're starting to be homeschooled. Well, they may set up some sort of an online thing for that if the school's prepared. If the school's not prepared, then, it's pen and paper and that sort of thing. Now, I don't think kids are going to be buying book bags where, they're going to school, because they're not. They're just walking from the bedroom to the living room. But keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on, how do I say it? Almost like second tier products. So if you go to the bread aisle and you look down the bread aisle and there's no bread. I had to go at 7 in the morning and get in line at Stater Brothers the other day just to get some bread. Bread's been number one on my mind. Bread and toilet paper. They've been looming, and I think I finally got enough of both. Plus I bought before I jump to that, so this is what I mean by second tier products or ancillary products or that sort of thing, is that bread's out. So what are people going to do? They're going to want to make bread, right? So what do they make bread in? A bread maker. So they also do it in Dutch ovens. Then again, you've got the ingredients, that sort of thing. So that's a kind of a second tier product. So you're not selling, the essentials. You're not withholding bread or anything like that, but you want to look at some of these secondary products like that. And if you take a look at say Amazon for bread makers, it's this year's hot toy right now. It's ranked 9, 9. That's the LOL balls the first time they came out. That's the Yetis when they first came out. You name it, right? That's top 1%. That's flying off the shelf. And Amazon just ran out of some basic bread makers. So if you think of some sort of stuff like that, that's some second tier type stuff, that will sell. And of course you can merchant fulfill, right? So you can merchant fulfill. But like I said, the disadvantage is the post office may screw us here at some point. I just got this looming feeling. I don't know. But I think FedEx is going to stay strong. I think UPS is going to stay strong. But you can't really touch USPS on price on the lower end of stuff. So so if you're selling that sort of stuff, then there's a disruption, they could screw you a little bit. Plus, if you're like me and you don't store all your crap at home, if they go on lockdown for any sort of time period, lockdown, typically is you can only go do the essential things. So you can only do medical, shop for groceries. I don't think you can go to work. I don't think that's an essential, per the thing. There's one other thing that you can do, and I forget what it is. But yeah, you're in your house, and stuff like that. Yeah, you can go to the grocery store. Yeah, you can go to the doctor's office. But if your crap's stored in a storage unit or it's stored, elsewhere, you may not be able to get to it. So kind of plan accordingly. If we're going into a lockdown situation and you're going to continue to sell items on eBay, you might just bust it down to your select items and move that crap into your garage, I would say. Poshmark as well, if you've got clothing, that sort of thing. Just so you're prepared, just in case anything happens. Now, like I said, hypothetically, eBay is going to work with you as far as the customer end goes, as far as you can tell the customer, hey, it's delayed, that sort of thing. But again, that doesn't stop them from canceling. If they don't get it in time, whether there's something going on in your life or not, they could cancel. In the meantime, I would just keep trucking, man. Just do everything you can. Make offers, get on eBay and literally log into your desktop version and just start kicking offers to people. If you guys don't know, making offers on your phone, it only gives you a limited amount of customers you can make offers to. If you actually log into your eBay account on your desktop, you can actually send out way more offers to people. There's a much longer list. So I would definitely do that and get a bunch of crap out the door right away. As far as buying stuff goes, just make smart buys, man. I know that's hard to say because it's what's a smart buy? Buy things that you think people are going to need, like some of the things I mentioned in the earlier video. Of course, as things kind of level out here and all the hysteria calms down, then people will start to buy stuff they just flat want. So there's that too. But realize that there's going to be a little bit of a weirdness here, and then when we get back in action and hopefully all this subsides and we're all good to go and we can go back to normal, I don't know what's going to happen at that point. I don't know if all of a sudden people are going to be like, I want to go to the store, and they just go to the store and then online sales take a dip or whatever. Easter's impending, right? So I've been rambling a little bit, but Easter's coming down the pike. So hypothetically, if you didn't get anything in for Easter, you're having to merchant fulfill all that. Now, if you did get it in for Easter, you're hopefully at a little bit of an advantage because Amazon can kick it out. Now, this is all contingent on Amazon hiring these workers so that way their prime shipping time is reduced back to normal. Right now, it's like a 4 day shipping time. It's like ridiculous. I mean, they don't even tell you. You just find out. You just look at listings and go, dude, if I order this on Sunday, I get it on Friday. What's up with that? So with all these workers, hopefully they'll get back to normal. But I don't know, hopefully that helps, guys. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm not the Nostradamus of reselling, but honestly, I've been pretty accurate this year for the most part. Now, there's always surprises that are going to come up. I mean, this is a pandemic. It's not like there's a book for this, but these are my thoughts. This is kind of what I'm going to do, but I would love to hear from you guys and see kind of what you guys think is going to happen. But that's my 2 cents. So like, subscribe, clicky, let's grow this channel. And let's do it, and be safe, and use both sides of the toilet paper, and drink lots of water, and come out of this okay. All right, thanks guys. Bye.